Hi, Diane here, and today I'm going to talk to you about first sentences in a book. Before I get into that, I just want to say that yes, I am still in Pennsylvania. I am still in my parents' spare bedroom. I'm actually not still in this. I've gotten out. They're not holding me hostage, but I am here. I managed to close the door so you don't have a weird gap, which drove me crazy when I looked at the replay last week. So yes, still in Pennsylvania, eating Samantha Kid food for the past week, which is not necessarily smart because I'm not a fictional character and I don't have a fictional metabolism, but we're going with it. Okay, first lines. The first sentence in a mystery is sometimes, I think it's the hardest working sentence in the entire book. And here's why. That sentence has the job of conveying the tone of the book. Is it funny? Is it scary? Is it a romance? Is it quirky? Is danger happening right away? All of that has to come through in a very short amount of time. The first sentence has to drive you into the next sentence. Really, it's supposed to propel, it should tease you enough that you want to read the next sentence to make sure you understood the first sentence properly. And by the time you've read the second sentence, you're just going to zip into that first paragraph. And by the time you finish that first paragraph, you're going on to the page until you're like into the chapter 2. That's the goal. So if I want to tell you now, there's a link below in the notes for this video to a blog post I did a couple years ago about PILLOW STALK. The blog post is called The First Two Pages, and my post was about the original opening that I wrote for PILLOW STALK and the opening that was published, because I actually wrote a brand new chapter 1 for PILLOW STALK. In that blog, I give both examples. So if you're a Madison Night fan, or if you just want an example of how that can be done, you will want to check for that link below. Okay, first lines. So the first example I have is from a Samantha Kid book, and this is from PANTY RAID. The line is, I expected the Eiffel Tower to be bigger. My goal there was to build up the fact that maybe Samantha Kid's expectations for this out-of-town trip are a little bit too high, and also get the French theme in right away. And if you read the book, you will know, not giving any spoilers away, but you will know that at the very end of the book, there's a little payoff for that first line. Okay, second example I'm going to give you is from a different Madison Night book, not PILLOW STALK, and this I think is my favorite first line of any of my first lines. And this one is, the money arrived on a Tuesday. The goal there, I knew when I came up with the title, That Touch of Ink, I knew the book was going to be about counterfeiting. And so I wanted to get money in right away. And then the thought of the Tuesday, well, Tuesday is just a random day of the week when you don't expect anything to happen. So I wanted it kind of to be this comparison of something unexpected arrives in a day when Madison's not planning for anything to happen, and what that package in the mail ends up turning her life pretty much upside down for that whole book and for her future. So that's that one. The third one is, the crash was louder than I expected. This comes from Crushed Velvet, which is book 2 in the Polyester Monroe series. And the goal there was to kind of, well, it was an immediacy thing. You're in Polly's life. She's on the sidewalk. There's a crash. And what you find out is she's having the sign taken down from the front of her fabric shop that she's taking over now. So I just kind of wanted to set the tone that there was something jarring that just happened to her. The fourth example comes from a costume shop mystery, and this one is, party planner Ebony Wells stood in the center of Marvin Gardens. So when I did this experiment and I pulled these first lines, I kind of realized with that one, that's a little odd because Ebony is not the main character, and these books are not written in third person, but from that first sentence, you kind of get that. So really, this is Margot Tamblyn is watching Ebony stand in the middle of Marvin Gardens. And the key here is Marvin Gardens, because if you play Monopoly, you know that's a property. You might then think, well, how is a party planner standing on this little cardboard property? That doesn't make sense. But that hopefully will push you into sentence number 2, where you find out that Ebony is in charge of planning a board game themed festival. And she's working on the Monopoly part. So that's that. So I'm going to give you 2 examples that are not mine. I'm not going to tell you the first lines, but if this is an interesting subject to you, or if you want to really think about this, compare the first lines for One for the Money by Janet Ivanovich and A is for Alibi by Sue Grafton. And you will see how those first lines really set the tone for both of those series, each of them separately, and it really kind of stays true to the entire series as they went on. And they're both long-running successful series. So I love those 2 examples, and you look at them back to back and you get a snapshot of Stephanie Plum and of Kinsey Milhone, and it's right there. So the last example I'm going to give you, you're actually getting a bonus second sentence with this one, because this is coming from the returning upcoming Sylvia Stryker book number 1. And here's the first sentence, the first 2 sentences. When Moon Unit 5 kicked off its inaugural trip from my home planet of Plunia, I expected the uniform closet to be stuffed to capacity. I just hadn't expected it to be stuffed with a body. So hopefully what you get from that is that this is on a spaceship. The main character is from another planet, and there are things she knows about the ship, but there's one big thing she didn't count on. So anyway, that I hope will tease you enough if you hadn't read the book the first time around, that when it comes back, you'll want to find out what happens with that body in the closet and with Sylvia discovering it. And I'm going to leave you with that. So thank you for watching, and I don't know where I'll be coming to you at from next week, but for now, goodbye from Pennsylvania. Maybe not over blah, 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 blah. This isn't gonna, I can't even think the words I want to say. Let's just start over. But, I don't want to do this again. All right, I'm gonna do it again. And I have done this video a lot of times. No, I don't want to start. Oh, blah. Went a little blank there. Blah, 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 blah. Rambled a little bit too long, so I'm gonna stop this and I'm going to try it again. Thank you for watching.